Okay, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to create a bouncing ball, starting from the beginning, creating the ball, setting it up, which is called rigging, and also animating it. We're going to finalize our animation with a render, a render test called a preview, so that you can see the animation without having to render everything. That's one way that animation is tested in the industry. So let's get started by, first of all, creating a floor plane, right? Whenever you create a 3D scene, you have to model the environment and the characters and all the objects that are on the scene. So let's go on the Create tab over here, go on the first icon there for geometry, make sure you're on the standard primitives, and go on plane. Okay, so once you have that selected, on your perspective viewport over here, just click and drag somewhere there from one point to the next, and then let the mouse go. I am using the grid size as reference. It's one way that you can use a grid as a tool. And I'm just going to, over here in the cube icon here, just kind of click on it, and that will frame our plane a little bit better on the perspective viewport, okay? Once you have that, let's add our character, right? Let's right click to get out of that tool, otherwise you'll keep creating more and more planes. So next I'm going to create the character. The character is going to be a sphere, a simple sphere. I'm going to click on the center, sort of, and click and drag and let the mouse go. That creates your sphere, okay? Once we do that, let's go to the move tool over here, and you're going to see 3 handles there. So you can move it on any of those directions by moving, clicking and dragging the handle, right? The one that you get selected kind of highlights in yellow. So I'm just going to put the sphere somewhere on the left of the scene. If you look at the top viewport over here, and this is the top viewport, you're gonna see that it's imagine a camera looking down at your scene. That's what you're seeing here. Just think of you know, the placement of the sphere for a moment. If we go to the left viewport over here, you're gonna notice that, let me zoom in, that the sphere is kind of halfway going through the plane. This is our plane over here, right? That highlighted white line is the plane, and this is our sphere. So it's kind of halfway on the plane. So what I want you to do is just grab that y-axis with the move tool selected, this one over here, right? We're still in that tool, and kind of move it up until it kind of touches there on the, and you can zoom in more if you want to. Kind of touches the ground. The idea is that it doesn't go through the floor plane, so that you give the illusion of a solid floor, right? Excellent. So we got our character, or our bouncing ball, and we got our environment, which is going to be the floor. Next, I'm going to middle mouse on the perspective viewport over here, whatever you want, and you notice that you don't lose your selection. If you click with the left mouse button, you're going to notice that you lose your selection. So that's one way to remember to, if you don't want to lose your selection, just use the middle mouse button, okay? So I'm going to, with the middle mouse, kind of move, and while holding it down, I kind of move the camera to the sides, or reposition the camera, and then with the middle mouse rolling in and out, you can do a zoom effect, okay? So when we come back, we're going to then set up our sphere to squash and stretch. We're going to start animating it, and we're going to create the final animation.